and then you just need a simple system to work upon it. So type in the comment box right from the morning when you wake up, which all company's product you tend to use it right from the morning. Like say you are brushing the teeth, maybe Colgate is an idea, right? Then you are going on a bike, which might be a Bajaj bike or a TVS bike, or it might be a Eicher bike, or you are driving a car, it could be Mahindra and Mahindra, right? If you are driving a SUV, or your relatives are buying more SUVs. How many of you, by the way, seen this trend that more and more people in last 2 years have converted their car to SUV car? Yes, and mostly these SUV cars are Mahindra and Mahindra cars. Last 3 years, the stock of Mahindra and Mahindra has more than doubled. This is how you apply your common sense. Yes or no? Yes. So this is how you go about it. So ultimately, you also need to book profits. You need to sell when the things are not working out. So that is where, you need a system in place. Just like how I showed you, you need a system in place where you avoid, first of all, intraday and F&O trading, and you build system where you can take buying decision and selling decision. That's the most important thing. So ultimately, you need only maximum 2 hours a week, and for core portfolio you need maximum 3 hours a month if you follow simple system which I showed you. How many of you want to keep your investing declutter where you don't want to spend too much of time? That is how you build it. Okay, and I'll show some examples. I'll show you an example of Raghav where he was able to declutter, and by following the right system he was able to actually get so many breakthroughs. So let me just quickly share Raghav's case study. Okay, just check this out.
I feel I'm very fortunate over the last 2.5 years, since January 1, 2022, when I joined. And ever since, it's been a journey of non-stop learning, not only in terms of finance, but all round areas. Because with a mentor like Vivek ji, he is a very dedicated person whom you can reach out to any point of the time. Very accessible, कोई attitude, कोई hang up कुछ नहीं है. और उनके हर पर्सनालिटी के एस्पेक्ट से हमें कुछ सीखने को मिलता है. So you told you joined Technofunda on 1st January. Before that, were you into markets? Yes, I have been into markets for nearly 25 years now, but in a very, very amateur way. So कोई process नहीं था. Sentiments ज़्यादा काम करते थे, and market में जो news चलती थी, वैसे ही हम लोग भी, bull run and bear run के वो थे victims थे. But यहाँ पर we are getting a grasp, and we are growing. Vivek ji emphasizes that it's not about tips or about recommendations, but making ourselves so capable that we can churn out stocks. We can it's not about tips or about recommendations, but
Beta.
we can chart our own destinies, our own future. Financial freedom, that's the motto. So that is very positive ambience. And the good part is that entire it's like a family, growing family. सबके कुछ knowledges हैं, सबके कुछ good points हैं, तो we are very eager to share with each other, help each other. It's like one big family. So if may I ask you, what is the percentage returns you have made, and in how much duration with what capital if you are open to share? I think it's been nearly 250 to 300% in the last 1 year. So credit goes to the bull run जो market में है, and the correct timing and temperament. ये bull run में कैसे खुद को प्लेस करें how to cut short your losses, not feel guilty about it. And जो पैसा है देखिए, it comes at a cost. आज मेरे पास 1000 रुपए भी है ना, तो उसका एक वैल्यू है. मैं उसको बैंक में रखूंगा तो थोड़ा ब्याज आएगा. तो वो कॉस्ट को ऑप्टिमम यूटिलाइज कैसे करें, मैं कहाँ पैसा लगाऊं जो मुझे मैक्सिमम रिटर्न्स दे, ये सोच पहले नहीं थी. ये टेम्परामेंट पहले नहीं था, तो ये विवेक जी का बड़ा योगदान है.
What is that one tip that you would want to give to people who are planning to get into market?
So honestly, my friend, I'm not I'm not at that level ki मैं tip दूं, but I think come with a long term mindset. Don't come कि 1 महीने 2 महीने 6 महीने में पैसे बना के फिर मैं निकल जाऊंगा या कट ऑफ करूंगा, ऐसा नहीं है. लॉन्ग टर्म का सोचें, because this can be a life changer. And आपका mental health, आपकी communication, आपकी personality, आपके relations, it enhances you as a person. So come with a long term mindset and long term का goal रखें. That would be my 2 cents.
How many of you loved it? You got some crazy ideas from person who have been there, walked the path. So what were some of the learnings? He talked about long-term investing. He talked about mindset. He talked about using the money in an optimum way, right? Not just putting everything in FD, but growing your money in the most optimal way. So some of the very powerful learnings we got from this case study. So how many of you want to now learn something next level? Just type NL in the comment box. Yeah, so this is what next we are going to learn exact formula on how to compound your money and achieve financial freedom, and formula to build system around it. But here is the very special announcement. So those who are here with me live, as a token of gesture, I'm going to give you a special gift towards the end of this session. So how many of you love gifts and you want these gifts? Just type love gifts in the comment box, because I want to honor each one of you who are here live, and I want to give this special gift to each one of you. Now, is it okay if I share my journey quickly, like why I'm here, why I'm doing this session, what is the ultimate purpose, why we are connected here? Because then only you will be able to connect the dots. Can I share quickly my journey, and also you'll be able to get some ideas how I was able to achieve my financial freedom? Is it okay if I do that? Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So basically, I'm a mechanical engineer. How many of you mechanical engineers here? Yes, I did my mechanical engineer, and I worked with a company called Infosys. I was designing Boeing 787 aircrafts. Somehow I did not resonate with what I was doing. 2010, I quit my job, started learning, and 2 years I invested into my own learning of investing, where I joined a course called MBA in Capital Markets with Narsingh Monjee Mumbai, one of the top 10 colleges in India. And simultaneously, I did CFA level 1 and level 2. Later on, I became a CFA charter holder, which is a degree from US, which is most fund managers have. Like many of you might be knowing, mutual funds. So people who actually run mutual funds, they actually generally have this kind of degrees. And I started building my own system called Technofunda Systems, which is where I started blending technicals and fundamentals. Because I realized that, hey, after reading so many books on fundamentals, I understood which kind of companies to buy, but I did not get an answer when to enter and when to exit. And those answers, I got it in technical analysis. So I combined both the streams, where I analyze companies and businesses fundamentally to get right kind of company, and I use technicals for entry and exit, just like how I showed you earlier, red and green, what you are seeing. So to simplify long-term investing, I started using technicals and fundamentals. And 2018 is when I achieved my financial freedom 1.0, I call, where I need not worry about money. And later I quit my job. I was working with HSBC as AVP. My last salary was 45 lakhs when I left it. Okay. And I thought I no more need this 45 lakh yearly salary. I was working in Bangalore. I shifted to my home base in Ahmedabad. And now I do what I love to do. 3 things which I really love to do. One is teaching. You can already see, like, I'm loving it, what I'm doing. and I love investing. So anything around investing, I love to do it, and I love technology. Okay, so anything I do around this. I'm already like running 5 businesses. I'm a full-time investor. I invest in startups. I invest in angel funds. So I do multiple investments. I also invest in early real estate stages and a lot of these things. Okay, so that is what I do, and that is why I'm here sharing this with all of you. Okay, so this is where I started my journey in 2018. Shared the stage with likes of Atul Suri, who was partner with Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. Stayed the stage with likes of Samir Arora, who is a fund manager of Helios Capital, Deepak Shinoy, who is a fund manager of Capital Mind, Varinder Bansal, and so many prominent people. You might have seen many of these guys on TV and news channel and so on and so forth. Also got featured on Bloomberg Quint, Morningstar India, Money Control, Face to Face. Had also fortune to interview one of my mentor, Mark Minervini, who is a 3 times US investing champion. Last year, he did 243% return. And I'm proud to say that now my students are doing that kind of returns. And I also published a bestseller book called You Can Compound, and also another book published by Penguin, which is on personal finance, called Action. And I also keep getting featured on TV and news channel and Joe Stocks and so many other conferences from time to time. But all gratitude to God, all my mentors and well-wishers like all of you. Nothing to brag about me, but I just wanted to inspire you guys in last 1.5 minute that if I can do it, you can do it too. Because I started literally from zero. I did not have any money when I completed my MBA, and it's like 13 years. I don't need to worry about money anymore. So that is the phase, the journey which I have been through, and I believe that each one of you can do it. So if you think you can also do it, just type I can in the comment box, because each one of you have that power to make it happen for yourself if you believe in yourself. Otherwise, nothing is going to shift. Okay, so believe in yourself and just type I can in the comment box. Okay, that is the most important thing. If you don't believe, nothing is going to change in your life. Let me tell you that. Okay, so thank you so much, Kavita, Abhijit, Sham, and Ankush, and Chirag, and Yogeshwara. Thank you so much for believing in yourself. Now, I'll share a quick mindset which changed my life completely forever. I come from a very lower middle class family. Okay, so when my father, he was a small shopkeeper in town called Savarkundla, and then he decided to move to a bigger city. He stopped his business and he took a job. And it was not a very high paying job. We had to cut the corners. We were staying in the outskirts of the city, and there was not much money to spend on our lifestyle. But he made sure that I want to have my kid study in the best school possible, and that is why he moved to bigger city. And this is, by the way, me in fifth standard. So for a few years it was going all fine. It was in fifth standard I got my mark sheet. I saw my mark sheet and I was slightly nervous, slightly confused, didn't know what to do. So straight away I went to my house, handed over my mark sheet to my papa, and I was just waiting besides him to give comments. Like, I was just waiting for his remarks. Few seconds passed by, he did not say anything. I said, Papa, look at the last line. I just scored 36 marks in the drawing subject. And he said, Beta, it's all right. You can always learn and bounce back. And that hit my subconscious mind. And I was like, yes, I can always learn wherever I'm feeling challenged, and I can always bounce back. And then I started learning. And of course, in 8th standard, I actually scored highest mark in the drawing subject. But that principle of lifelong learning got ingrained in my mind. Since then, I keep learning a lot of new things. I now learn AI, Chat GPT. I do vibe coding. I'm developing apps. So many crazy things I keep doing. But that trait has helped me also immensely in investing. Because if you are in markets, if you are in investing, if you don't learn continuously and don't refine your process, you are going to go down the hill. You cannot have ego that I know everything. That's the starting of your downfall. Okay, so this is most important principle in investing, which is a principle of lifelong learner. So all of you can type LLL if you are already lifelong learner or inspired to be a lifelong learner. Because if you have a trait of lifelong learning, in investing, let me tell you, you will be unstoppable. You will be unstoppable, literally unstoppable. So that is the very important trait which you need to have. And since I achieved my financial freedom, I am on a mission to help 100,000 retail investors to achieve financial freedom using Technofunda process. And I'm very, very happy to share that we have already reached halfway through, and we have also created so many crorpatis in our community who have doubled their capital in less than 3 years and compounded like crazy. So, how many of you would love to learn from these achievers? Like, what exactly that followed to become a crorepati, right? How many of you would love to know some of the principles which they applied? Just type BIO. BIO is bring it on. It's a just 2 minutes video, but a very powerful video where you will learn what these guys did and how they transformed their journey. And I'll ask you, like, what all things you learned from them after this video gets completed. So please make sure you take a lot of notes from them. Okay, so here you go. Let me just start the recording.
The first word that comes to my mind with Technofunda is that of gratitude, thankfulness to Vivek ji and the entire community.
It's an excellent platform for the beginners, those who are zero knowledge about finance. They can also join the Technofunda community and learn from the 1, 2, 3, 4.
So the experience with Technofunda has been amazing. So it changed the entire way I trade in the stock markets. So earlier it was more of a technical based trading, but by joining Technofunda and following the processes, I was able to achieve the returns that you are seeing right now. So it has been a wonderful journey.
With the Technofunda, it was a very amazing journey since I joined Technofunda. First of all, I learned a lot of things here in terms of technical, fundamental, and the most amazing part of the Technofunda is the community. There are many people, many gurus, not only one. You can learn a lot of things from the others, and you can add on your journey, and that will really improve your investing journey.
Transformative journey था मेरे लिए ये, because I made lot of mistakes before Technofunda community joining, और उसके बाद they transform the way of my investing, the way of looking at the stock markets. काफी change आए हैं.
It has been extremely well designed. I mean, it automatically takes care of risk, and it also helps you get the maximum return. It takes out the stress from the process. If you're following the process right to the T, you absolutely cannot go wrong with, you won't lose money. And it also has many really good aspects, such as it will protect you if the market is not going anywhere.
विवेक जी से सीखने को बहुत मिलता है. एज में हमसे कम है, लेकिन क्वालिटीज में हमसे लाइट ईयर्स ज्यादा है. The energy जब हम लोगों से मिलते हैं, हमारे community members से मिलते हैं, that energy you will find nowhere in any other community.
So I love the way the community is here. Each and everyone is helpful. Everyone is readily available to help. So community is the best part of technology.
The most is the kind of community as well as day-to-day, just a weekly kind of quantum updation and all. So that is very good over here.
People in Technofunda are the greatest asset here.
I think last year, 9 months, I made 50%.
I took my portfolio to 2x in the period of 1 year, 3 months.
For me, the CAGR is around 75% around.
Something like 50% on the portfolio.
I have already made a 2x in my satellite and more than 80% in my core portfolio.
Yes, superb. So what were the learnings, guys? What did you learn from all the top crorepati achievers? What was the key learnings from them? Just type in the comment box so that I know you observed it properly, because these guys have walked the path. Okay, we talk about very good returns in equity, much more than FD, much more than real estate. But when you see somebody already doing it and walking that path, it's very important to learn from them, right? So I'm sure you picked up few points from them. Yeah, someone is saying community. Yes, gratitude. Learning about mindset. Yes, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. What else? What else did you learn? Okay, yes. Perfect. System building. Yes, Dinesh is saying community. And yeah, some of you are asking how to join the community. It's not for everyone. Okay, I select people to join the community. Probably later, if we have time, I'll tell more about it. But right now, I want to focus on learning. Okay, so right now, let's focus on all the concepts and learning. Later on, if I have some time, I'll let you know how to join the community. And it's again a selection process. I don't get everybody to join the community. It's a very exclusive, closed-ended community. Okay. Have patience and have a learning attitude. Thank you so much. Sham is saying community, learning easy and availability. Abhijit, thank you so much. Yes. Awesome. So shall we move forward to learn another very powerful concept which can change your life? This is the next very big thing, that aim for big returns. Okay. Many people sell too early, but if you are able to ride your winners, it can make it big. Now, your question would be, Vivek, how to ride such winners? How to identify even such companies? How many of you would love to know how to identify such companies which can become big? Just type BIO in the comment box. So I'll decode that for you. If you learn this and the concept of what we learned earlier, right? Cutting your losers and riding your winners, the combination will be crazy. Now, let me decode this entire concept for all of you. Okay. Now, this is a concept which is adopted from technology, okay? But I'll simplify it for you. So whenever there is a small company which comes out with a small idea, let's say when Zomato would have started or where Uber would have started, they would have thought, hey, it's very difficult for people to find a cab. For cab driver, it is very difficult to find a passenger. Even if they find it, they need to drag the luggage. The location finding is very difficult. So how to create an app which connects driver and the passenger? Same way somebody would have designed an e-commerce app like say Flipkart or Amazon. They would have thought, hey, people need to travel all the way to shop. There won't be any parking. There might not be too much of choices. How can we create an app where they can just see all the listing and then they order, and from any part of the world you can get the product delivered at home? So it's so easy. So that is called early market stage, where the companies are actually designing some products or services, but they are not sure whether it will pick up or not. And it also requires right environment. What does it require? Right environment. Imagine that time internet would not have been there. That time apps would not have been there. All these companies would have miserably failed, right? Thanks to 5G and app and smartphones, these apps could thrive and grow. So many companies in that phase would have just closed down, chasm, which means like they fell apart. Some of them would have survived, but these will be very small companies. Everything would be done by founders, not many processes in place, locally situated. Now, tell me in the comment box, any shop like a restaurant or a mithai shop or a farsan shop, a namkeen shop you have in your town, which is locally very famous, but not across India. They don't have branches across India. Type in the comment box. Can you find such companies, find such, outlets? I'm very food enthusiast, so I love examples of food. Okay. So any restaurant chain like say A2B or Sarvana Bhavan, any kind of those ideas you can think of. Like if you are in Dharwad or Hubli region, Big Mishra Peda. Yeah, Suresh is saying like Rameshwaram Cafe. Yes. What else? Something like Haldiram. Okay. Got it. What else? Think, guys. Think. Supriya. Shyam is saying Supriya. What else? Okay. Perfect. So these are small outlets, okay, which are locally situated. Yeah, Raghavendra Hotel and so on and so forth. Now tell me, if they want to grow further, like a tornado growth, if they want, what all things they need to make it in place to like become a pan-India chain? What all things they need to fix? So first they need to do branding. People should know about it. So more of advertisement, right? Without advertisement, people will not know their brand. Then they need to put franchisee distribution network, like different franchisee they need to put. Now franchisee also, you cannot have different taste at different location, right? So you need to ensure that the raw material is supplied nicely and on a regular basis. Distribution network, supply chain. Then you need to track those outlets with the IT system, like a centralized computer system. You need to hire more employees and train them, right? And most important, you need to have processes, SOPs. If you go to a McD anywhere in India, the burger will taste exactly the same. The chips will taste exactly the same. Why? Because they actually have processes around it, right? So once you fix all these things, you go into a crazy tornado phase, which I call as growth phase. And if you are able to invest in the company at that point of time, you make most money, where all these triggers are firing. Just type growth is equal to money in the comment box, and then the companies will saturate. The growth might even pull. Eicher Motors, 2007, 8, 9, it was not growing much, and then they launched a model called as Royal Enfield Classic, and it started growing like 42%, 52%, 57%, 70%, 68%. Crazy growth they had in just few years. And all of you know the result, what happened, right? All of you know the result. So this is what happened in Eicher Motors. Let me just share it with all of you. So Eicher Motors, let's go to the chart again, and let's go to monthly chart. And this is the same phase of Eicher Motor, which is where it was growing like crazy from 2010 to 2016. From all the way to 30 rupees, it went to 3,000 rupees. 100x in 6 years. 1 lakh becoming 1 crore, 10 lakh becoming 10 crores. How many of you would love to compound like this? This is the perfect case study of how a growing company can compound like crazy. And you might be feeling, hey, Vivek, this is a past example. Are there any recent examples? There are so many of it. Like just see this company called KEI Industry, right? It is already like doing the same thing. Like from 2021, 400 rupees, it is 4,000 rupees already, right? And with the kind of entry exit systems which we have, like you just need to check once in a month, and whatever is the green phase, you just keep riding it. You keep riding it. This is how you build system around it. With me, all of you with me so far? Just type with you in the comment box if all these dots are connecting. Now your next question would be that, hey, Vivek, there are so many companies, where exactly to spot those companies at an early stage when this growth is just getting started. For that, I'll let you watch this small clip from a series called as Fuzzy, so that you can understand the concept. First, see this video, and then I'll explain the concept, what you need to do if you want to find growing companies. Just check this out. So what happened? What happened in the video? So there was some really good thing, right? So paisa ud raha tha. They did not know that these are fake currencies, by the way. So there was a lot of money being pumped up, which means there was something good for people that was there, right? And because something was available to them, they started grabbing the notes, right? So there was a lot of sudden demand because something really good was happening. And the same thing happens in real life. right? If there is a company where something really good is going to happen, new product is going to come or new plant is coming to have, everybody wants to grab the share of that. Now the problem is, here it was like a public and everybody knew about it, right? But in real companies, few people know it in advance. Who do you think would know the news in advance that something good is happening in any company? Who will know it first?